we behind the curtain yet? By the way? Oh, we're behind the curtain.
Yeah, and then I noticed that they got all of series 1. There's only like 3 episodes in the series.
Oh, okay. We're watching,
but they've got all of series 1 on the ITV hub. So
we're
it's
watching
like
Vanguard. Is it Vanguard? The submarine thing?
Vigil. I keep calling it Virgil, and the wife clips me around the ear and go, "That's bloody Thunderbirds, you idiot."
There's a few bits in it which are quite. We're talking to young Russell Blair, he's in the chat at the moment. He works with subs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he knows it's not going to go anything much. They're just a bit. Vigil, the sub's a bit big. There's quite a lot of
There's a lot of room in there.
Yeah, relative to real life, they're quite spacey.
Do you know where you know where they filmed it?
No.
No, I can't remember. I can't remember where it is.
Basically, just outside Dunstable.
No, basically, they found this bloke.
Well, yeah, guys, it's Dion.
They found this bloke who had bought a submarine, and as you do, he just randomly bought a submarine.
His wife is a lucky lady.
Yeah. So they literally just took over the submarine. So it is a genuine submarine that they're.
I told you it'd be worth something one day, Sheila.
yeah. Look, see, told you it was a good idea buying it.
I think we're probably going to have to run the credit.
So yeah, completely forgot. Are we doing a show? Is that what we're here for?
Good test point. That's why I stopped saying the stuff I was saying before. Yeah. They needed milking. Oh yeah. It was just us reacting to what you're saying. That's even funnier.
Try again. There we go.
Okay, announce the show again.
Yeah, sorry. Should we start?
Welcome to the new Ohm Show, chapter 76. It can only get better. Welcome to the show. Thanks much for joining us. Special guest this evening, Chandler from the Vaguely Vaping Related podcast of VTUK. Drafted in short notice due to Flat Cap Vape was supposed to be on tonight, but child rearing issues developed, and so he had to pull out short notice. So Chandler bravely stepped up and said he'll help us out, which was really, really good. Really good, because we want to try and have a guest.
And I said, not now. We have to do the show.
Yeah. And it's what we were trying. We always want to have a guest, so yes. So it was a bit of a manic run around this afternoon getting a new person, but it's all sorted now thanks to Chandler. Right. So yes, that's what's going on. We've got all the usual stuff. We've got Master Vapor. We've got the news. There's so much vape news. There's not going to be time for real world news this evening.
Oh no! You just mean you didn't do it.
No, because do you know how I do? Do you know how I do real world news?
What have you been moaning about this week?
Yeah, I pull up my phone at 9:20. I go to bbc.co.uk and I just go John and whatever the headline is.
Oh yeah, I know it anyway. So I'm wired in, man. Fucking love it.
Well, maybe if this time we'll do it. Maybe this time.
There'll be time.
Other news providers are available.
That's just the thing is with the BBC is it's broad brushstrokes, isn't it? If it's in the top 5 at BBC, it's a big talking point. We try and just do the big talking points. So that is that. Let's crack on with the basics. John, what are you vaping? What are you drinking?
I am vaping on. Let's just sort this out. Fuck off. It's just. Anyway, I am vaping. We can say fuck shit, cunt. No, it's fine.
Minge.
Do you know what?
Flaps.
I nearly Richard to get this. There was a dead bee in the street today, and I nearly videoed myself
Heart
kicking
attack.
it and going, "No, it's dead." And I was
Stone
gonna
cold
send
dead.
it- Stone cold dead. And then I was going to send it to Richard as a carpet joke. That was seriously first thought. I saw a dead bumblebee and I thought, I kick that and send it to Richard.
Yeah. Well, it'd be stress. Stressful time, isn't it?
Okay.
And they're always overweight,
Always overweight.
bald. They're bald, aren't they, bees?
Heart attack.
Yeah.
I just know it was a heart attack. So, right. I am vaping on the last.
Did you touch
it? I did tap it with my foot to check it was dead.
And rigor mortis had already set
It already
in.
set it.
Yeah.
It already set it. Yeah, it's stone cold dead. I am vaping on Envy by DB Liquids, the last bottle in the UK probably. And that's 50 milligram. That's in.
I still haven't ordered. I've just had to.
Yeah, keep forgetting. I've got Envy in the billet box that's got an EVL Alien in it. Whoosh. Yeah, one of those.
Oh yeah.
At 1 ohm. 1 ohm. So it's crazy times. 17.6 watts.
So that's quite high for 1 ohm. I'm usually around about the 12.
Oh, it
and a
isn't
half.
50 milligrams, 25 milligrams. It's the throw from the atomizer to the mouthpiece. With the billet, I was thinking you want to go up a bit, just a touch. So it's about 4.3 volts, about that.
Okay.
There's a
So it's
school of
easy
thought
throw.
a
It
while
is,
back when variable wattage mods really hit their stride, and they could comfortably do 200 watts and dual battery series combinations and all this. There was a school of thought that dripping was being done wrong because we were going lower and lower and lower in resistance.
Yeah.
You know, 0.12,
Instead of hiding up
0.16.
there. Yeah, you
but
get
the
more battery
mod,
life.
the mod is capable very comfortably of 7 volts. So
That's
there was
true.
a school of thought of people doing builds that were 1 ohm Clapton builds and things like
The
that.
battery lasts much longer, isn't it?
It would, yeah. You get the ramp up because of so much resistance.
Yeah.
But you do get a quite a sensational vape once
Yeah.
it's ramped up, and like you say, the
Lovely and warm.
battery's intense.
Yeah, you tap those up on the billet just to keep it. It's just a bit more. It's a bit warmer, otherwise it's cold. If you don't just overclock it slightly, and it's 1 ohm, so you're not going to blow the coil. It's a mini Clapton from PC Coils at one of the micro Claptons. Yeah, at 1 point. Well, it's 1 ohm, 17 watts. So I've got that. That's 25 because it's lung. You know, you don't want to go stupid. So it's 25 milligram. This is 50 milligram lemon crack with a Dwar on the mix. Dwar 16 on the mix. 14.5. There you go. Excuse me. That is mouth lung. See? That's a good little bait. It's a good hand as well. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I like the mix. It's comfortable. I've smashed through. I was talking to someone the other day. We were chatting about how many times we've dropped the mix. Who was it?
That's a
Brad.
heavy bugger.
Brad's dropped his loads. I've dropped mine loads, and it's never broken. So, I mean, it's stainless steel. It's not going to.
Good times. Good job it's not a lipo.
Yeah, I've already blown my bollocks off. I've got Vocation, the new can. Anybody who wants to know, I don't get sponsored by Vocation, but they've got 20% off 440 cans at the moment. Not at the Vocation, but they've got everything
Just
else.
consumer advice.
And 20% off the 12 pack of Vocation. So it works out as £1.50 a can, which is a steal.
Guess what?
So I've got that.
The Brewdog pub in Huddersfield opens next week.
Oh, is that new? Don't eat the food. Everything else is fine. Just don't eat the food.
I won't be going until all the knobheads have gone.
As long as they don't sell the alcohol-free stuff, that's absolutely fine.
The Nanny State.
Yeah. No, Punk AF.
Do you not like that?
Oh, it's horrendous. I've never tasted anything worse.
But do you like punk?
Punk's pretty bad.
I do. Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Oh, I don't know what
with
it's
punk.
like on the tap. See, in a bottle.
I don't think it's miles off punk.
Isn't
Punk
great.
half.
And so punk half in a bottle's fine. Probably off a draft, I reckon it's probably awful.
Oh,
I
yeah,
imagine
God.
it's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Ghost Ship Zero, my wife drinks that. She quite likes it
What for?
when she's driving.
Mm.
Yeah, with you.
I like Ghost Ship. Not wrong with Ghost Ship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ghost Ship.
she loves the Ghost Ship now. Well, life suddenly got weird. There's ciders in the fridge that never get drunk, and the IPAs on my bit go down even when I don't drink them because she's started to get it now. One day we just sat there and was drinking IPA, and she went, "Can I have a sip of that?" I went, "Yeah," and she sipped it and went, "I get it." And I thought, "Oh fuck,
Good times.
yeah."
Right,
So that's gone.
Ultimate question: to fridge or not to fridge?
IPA fridge
Yeah,
every time.
John
The new
fridges
ones, the mosaic and citrus ones, you've got to. Those citra hop
Yeah.
ones, you got to. They're not nice for. I know. Well, my father-in-law's one for an IPA on a radiator. He's one of them.
Oh no, I wouldn't put it on I wouldn't warm
You
it
know
up.
the dark IPAs. These aren't though, are they? They're light. I mean,
It's
look at that.
it's a throwback to traditional bitter, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, not for me.
The-
I don't like
the
those barley
bit-
beers.
Bitter room temp, lager cold. But, you know, the wave of IPA is kind of spawned off the back of the fact that
It did.
your common man likes a lager.
Yeah.
And it bridges the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not just that. I thought you were going to say that, like Brewdog and whatever shitty business practices they've got, and whatever crap their beer has become, they did create a beer industry in the UK with thousands of independents. So I can't hate them.
Yeah.
Because there's now some wicked beers in the UK that wouldn't exist
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that. Chandler Bong.
Hello.
What are you vaping and what are you drinking?
I am vaping on. I've got Billy Box. Lovely unicorn poo.
Unicorn poop.
A unicorn poop.
Because it's purple.
Oh
Because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
purple.
probably got a bit. Yeah.
Uni-
See, you
uni
must
poop.
have to. What have you got that set up then?
Sorry,
You've got a really long tip. Don't mind me saying.
don't you like that?
No, I do, but I'm just saying. Do you not
Just-
do you not overclock it a bit so you can get a bit of warmth out of it?
I've got a. What have I got? What build is that? 0.39. It's just short.
Oh,
of,
there you go. You don't
just,
need to.
just short of 0.4, and I'm running that at 25 watts.
And then what's that coming
and-
out voltage wise?
It's 3.1.
Oh, okay. So it's still warm enough.
Yeah, but I've got it direct lung. I've got it
I'm
fully
direct
open.
lunging it, mate.
Three and a half mil. So yeah, direct lung in that.
Good times.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
What juice was
Once
it?
you've got a billet done,
Exercise.
you're done. I agree.
Oh, it's nuts. You suddenly. I didn't believe people when they said, yeah, you get a billet and you'll be down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I've now got 2 billets.
Yeah, it makes sense. I get it. It just works.
But, yeah, the other one I've got the cubics in it, set up mouth to lung, because that is just like the ultimate mouth to lung pod. So yeah, and in there I have got some peach iced tea from Darkstar,
Nice.
just because.
Sure.
I'm a bit late to the party, but I recently acquired a Dwar direct lung FL.
It's better to come late than be there at the beginning when there's no one else there. You don't know anyone. You're just looking awkward. You're just
know.
playing with your phone.
So
You know, just rock up when it's in full swing. That's my
yeah, absolutely.
strategy.
And it's bloody good, isn't it?
I hear good things.
Yeah, a bottom fill, which means it doesn't leak. You don't get anything off your top cap when you try and filling it up. And 6 mil, obviously 2 mil versions are available.
Good looking tank actually on there with your setup. Here.
Yeah, and that's on a Marvek Priest just because.
Yeah, very nice.
Works.
Yeah, doesn't it? I
Yes,
thought.
yes,
I thought
yes.
some. I
It's
thought
not a
silver
small
tank.
tank, is it? So you need something to balance it out.
Yeah, 24 mil. So 2600 battery. Awesome. Battery life for days.
Right.
And in there, I've got some homemade custard.
Homemade custard.
Homemade custard, yeah. Mix of Capella V1, caramel, and vanilla bean.
Vanilla bean.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's what I've got in there. I just fancied custard. Is it because it's getting autumn?
No, it's just because.
It's just.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. I do
Yeah.
know what you mean. Oh, yeah. I think there are some summery flavours.
I never ever signed up for this. Now this seasonal flavour, I'll vape what the hell I want. But when I start,
I think there's definitely beer flavours.
do you think?
Yeah, I think some things go with beers and some things don't.
I have more salads in the summer.
I find custard goes really nice with coffee. What do you
Yeah, I
reckon,
agree with
Jack?
that.
Yeah.
If I'm having a coffee, that custard is like, oh,
It's something nutty or cakey.
Yeah, if you
as
can
well,
find a good
works
nutty
very well.
vape, yeah. But they don't.
Yeah.
They don't grow on trees.
Yeah.
Some nuts, no. Peanuts
And
go under the ground.
No good nut flavoured juices.
I know what you mean.
I-
Pistache.
They're not like
Best.
shit in a field. They're not everywhere.
Shit in a field.
What are you drinking?
And I just got my last ultimate.
Oh, he's packing.
Anna
set
Frankie.
up.
Is that a Frankie?
I've got no.
It's a clone.
That is a Nigel
Oh, of course
yeah.
it is. Yes, the
Evil
door threw me
Genius.
off.
With one of his fancy new doors with the Prodigy. I asked him very nicely if he could do a Prodigy, if he could save me one of his Prodigy doors. So he got one, and he's done it black and red.
Looks great.
And the clever bugger took I had got this mod I've had for a while. It used to be orange with black spatter, and
Right.
he's basically just recoated it.
Oh, very cool.
Clever chap. And drinking is and in there I've got some. I ought to mention this. Lust from
Fucking hell. Lust
some-
from us.
some place in Suffolk. Who knew that Suffolk folk knew about e-liquid? But
From Buckinghamshire, it's fine.
oh, okay, that's all right. I've actually got a beer.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah. Normally, I would have had that in the fridge, but I completely forgot to put it in the fridge, so it is kind of room temperature. But it's actually all
brew.
right.
Steam brew.
Steam brew, and this is
Never
from
heard of
the
it.
this is from the venerable establishment Lidl.
Ah,
okay.
that'll be why.
So actually, it is really good.
What percentage are you clocking in at with the 440?
Oops. That is half-
8%.
Where the hell does it say? 4.9% on
That's
this.
all right.
Yeah,
That's
Lidl-
all right.
Steam brew.
Lidl's okay for a booze.
Yeah, I haven't got. It's always the thing is I moan about Lidl and people think it's the shop. It's not. It's generally the customers.
Mm.
I don't
I'll
want to
go
shop
with that.
near topless men in the summer.
25% of the shop is booze.
What?
25% of any
Yeah,
Lidl
that's
is booze.
fine. It's just lots of weird bits about Lidl I don't get. Like
Yeah,
wet
that's
soap
cool.
box.
The one thing that bugs me about Lidl is they often get stuff and they have it in, and
They
the next
never
time
have
you
it
go
again.
in, you never see it ever again.
No,
But
you
that-
can't go with a specific list.
Yeah, that steam brew is really nice, and they've had it in for the past 12 months. So
Oh, that's okay.
I think it sticks. It is
I've
nice.
got-
I keep buying it.
I've got a Greek friend of mine. They did a Greek week recently, and he said it was like the best time of his life. Like he went in, and it was like being at home. There was like
Okay.
like brilliant pastries and fantastic this, but then next week it's gone.
It's gone,
So it's
yeah.
not like, yeah. So it's a real kick in the balls because next week it's Italian week. Fuck, I don't
Yeah.
care about Italian.
Yeah, and they do. Annoyingly, they keep bringing out half decent IPAs. You buy it and go,
Yeah,
that's
I
all
have-
right,
I
I'll
have
buy
done it.
that
I've done
again.
loads of stuff like that.
Yeah, I've had a couple.
Yeah, you go back and it's not there. But yeah, that stuff's
I think all
fairly
the
consistent.
supermarkets have upped their game. Sainsbury's were lagging,
Yeah.
but they've pulled up now. They seem to be doing a bit better. They were doing shit.
Well, Sainsbury's acquired Beer Hawk.
Yeah,
Beer Hawk.
Yeah, it was a beer delivery service.
yeah.
So now
Marks
they've
and
got
Spencer's
access
have now
to
got
loads
into
more.
bed with vocation with their brand stuff, which
Yeah.
is quite cool.
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
Right.
So,
Should we do what I'm...
Well, yeah. That's what we're going to say. What are you doing, man?
Right.
What are you doing, dude?
This Ursa Mini off of Lost Vape, still going strong.
It's not bad looking, still.
No, it was the original, the full size one was quite ugly because it was huge and looked like this. But
Yeah.
the little one kind of works, looks like.
Yeah, I don't mind
Not
that.
bad.
Is that inbuilt battery?
Yes. Although I don't
That's
mind
just a
having
soldered
one.
18650, isn't it?
Don't mind having one inbuilt on the go because
Yeah.
it goes in the car, can charge it at work. So that's not bad. The mix with the KFL 21, just amazing still. And then the Screamer on the Drag 3. Now, a little tip. I don't even know if it's a tip. It's just something I did that you guys could try at home. I've had this juice for ages. It's from Ohm Brew, and it's called Punchy Pineapple. And it was way too punchy, like Mike Tyson punchy. So it just ripped me to shreds. So I decanted it, half of it, into another bottle, topped it up with VGPG, put a nick shot in, and now it's still the correct nick strength.
Right.
Now the flavour is halved to a level I can manage.
I get what you mean. Some people get really confused with that, though. Really get confused. Or they're really particular. Like, I don't care. Like, I will vape anything. Like, if it's like normal nick. Anything from like 12 to 16. I don't really care if it turns out 13, 14, 12 and a half. I don't really give a shit. But some people are like biochemists with like
right.
weird scale.
Yeah, no.
At home, when people are going to go, how do you mix your liquid? What? When no one's watching? Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure I got the nick right.
bad,
The nick level. I'm pretty sure I got the nick level right.
yeah.
I mean, it's fairly easy. If you've got a 60ml bottle, make up another 60ml bottle, add a nick shot to it, 50ml
make them the
liquid,
same, yeah,
and then plonk them in. You've got 120ml.
And now it's vapor. I still can't recommend this juice at all, but it's vapor. It's vapable, and if you're at home,
Pineapple's a really strange flavour. Lots of people think they like it, but they don't.
if you're at home with a bottle on the shelf that the flavour is too strong, give it a whirl. What's the worst that could happen? Still not vapable.
I've done that before. I've mentioned it on the podcast that I've done that before, and I got the shit taken out of me for doing that. Basically,
I suppose
Really?
it's not traditional.
But you've made it usable. I don't see
yeah.
at all.
No. And I think personally, I mean, some tanks you get better flavour out of the tank, so sometimes it's a little bit strong. If you've got a decent flavour tank.
Yeah. I've never understood. I remember when I first started vaping, 2012. It was either 2012, 2013. There was loads of different flavours coming out, and everyone was trying to do different stuff. And the best quote I read was on a forum, and it was a guy, and he said, "If it comes through the door and it tastes like shit, like absolute shit, there is no time on the planet that will make that better." You know, when somebody goes, no, what you want to do, put it in dark cover for 6 weeks. He was like, what you want to do is throw it in the fucking bin.
If it's that bad, yeah.
Just leave it. Like, it's fucking pointless.
Yeah, tip it away if it's that bad. But
It's like shit, Nick.
I have had ones that have improved a lot with time.
Yeah, but I think you can tell it's going to.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
And like, if it's pre-nicked and it's shit nicked, so it tastes like the smell of unwashed shirt, it will not get better.
No,
it will just get worse.
The other juice I didn't mention was Grumpy, which I did get from Just Add Nick.
That was some time ago.
Yeah.
It's coming back though.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. I would love to see that.
Grumpy's nice. Like Grumpy.
Yeah, Peter's just been taking some time to himself. He's got a little dog, and he's been everyone's had a bit of a pandemic-y time, haven't they? He'll be back.
The bottle I've got my homemade custard in has got the Grumpy label on the front, so I can just pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
the
great.
thing with Peter, he's so likeable. Nobody wants anything to go wrong. Like, just love him. He's got the best. And he's got a dog that suits him perfectly as well. He really has. It's great. He's got a TikTok channel. Peter. He hasn't done much on it lately, but he had a TikTok channel for the dog. It's just very funny. He's
Very
big
cool.
on Twitter. Is young Peter? He's very good at it as well.
Hi, Peter, if you're watching. What's in the news, John?
Are we doing real vape news or real news or
Which one do we usually do first?
real news?
Oh, do we? Hold on then.
Real news?
Like, well, proper what's happening in the world news.
Okay.
Okay,
Boris
John.
Johnson has managed to not get a trade deal because it wasn't on the table.
John, what do you think about the energy crisis?
What has really been interesting for me with the energy crisis, the gas prices, what we're really talking about, is some really funny things that people thought was news. They said there was going to be an investigation. This is on the BBC, and I think it was on the front of the Express and the Mail. They said there's going to be an investigation into Russia controlling the price of gas. Yeah, no shit. What you do is you just turn the tap off slightly. This is what Saudi Arabia does with the oil. It's not that typical. Watch this. Just turn it off slightly, and then you're fucked. The other thing that I never understood, you know something as a truth, as a financial truth, and then you find out it's a surprise to other people. That's quite scary. So if you were with lots of people with British Gas or company, but somebody said to you, "Have you ever tried Joe Blogg's gas?" Because they're just down the road and they were doing it 20 quid cheaper, right? And you go with Joe Blogg's gas, and they tell you that the units you've got are cheaper because they didn't. And only recently did I realise they thought that they'd got the gas or something. Like, you'd got you were likely to use 2,000 units of gas a year, and they'd given you the price, and then they put it in a balloon at the back. Well, this one, that is for Elsie. She's at number 5. But they didn't realise that the gas didn't exist yet. When they bought it, it could, like any commodity, it was being paid for based on a price. And so what you're actually doing is you're paying them money, and they make vast amounts of interest, and that money is invested in other things before you get the gas, and then you get the gas. And then they paid for that gas, kind of as it went past. But as Russia went, let's turn it down a bit. The price went up, and then you didn't own any gas, and that's why we've got these gas companies going down. So,
well, no, it's basically the half of the energy companies in the UK hedged their supply, and half didn't.
Yeah, but it's gone up 6-fold in 12 months, which is incredible. So not surprising. Russia have been controlling the gas price for a long fucking time.
The whole thing is a racket, though.
Of course, it's a fucking racket. Yeah.
So, but even on a consumer level in the UK with a UK company, it's a racket because, I've never had that much to do with it. It's one of the bills that Sarah sorts out. But we were been looking at it because of all this and stuff. And so we're on a whatever tariff.
Yeah.
If we move to a fixed tariff, we pay a fixed amount per month for however long, 24 months, 12 months, whatever.
Yeah.
Pay a fixed amount. It don't go up, it don't go down. Oh, that's lovely, that's great. But if
Unless
energy
you're fucked.
prices go up or down in that time, you just go into debt or credit.
Yeah.
It's
My
not like
housemate
it's not like a fixed price mortgage where you only have to pay that, and that's that.
My housemate was unemployed years ago, and I went out and I came back, and I came back in the door. He sat there, Mr. Smuggy McSmuggington, and he went, "How much are you paying for electricity?" And I went, 60 quid a month. And he went, "Not anymore, 30." And at the end of the year, they sent me a bill saying, "You owe us 700 quid."
Yeah. It's just
Why?
What a fucking
idiot
dog shit system that
fucked
is.
up. Yeah, and I used to work with an independent electricity company when we used to use thousands of units in the apartment building I used to run. And so I've done these negotiations before, and they are a fucking nightmare. And all these things are everywhere as it came apart in the last few days. I feel really bad for people who've been caught up in this. No pissing around. If you've lost if your electricity supply has gone down, you've got to find another new supplier, and the new supplier doesn't have to adhere to the rule. Whatever you said you were going to pay before, and your bill is going to go fucking mental. And there's nothing they can do about it. We're lucky we haven't got any gas, so I don't give a shit. But with their gas.
The reason they're going under is because isn't the gas prices and the energy prices are capped. You can't increase them past.
You
a
can't
certain
increase
amount.
them on the percentage wise.
Yeah. So because the price has got, like you were saying, they haven't bought the gas yet.
Doesn't exist. Yeah.
So it's because the gas price has gone up. They're now buying the gas to give to you, and it's like, hang on a minute, I'm paying a £5 for this gas, and Fred down the road's only paying £1 for it.
I've got friends who.
I didn't see him moaning 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, when it was literally free.
Yeah.
You could get gas for
Almost.
The suppliers were getting it for no, they were getting it for free.
Really?
There was a period where it was in such abundance they were actually getting it for free.
Oh dear.
We have one line, don't we, that crosses the channel from France, goes through Russia into France, and comes over here. I've got friends who work for these companies, and there's lots of people don't realise that a company that was yesterday worth £100 million can be worth nothing overnight. Like, it's so fucking fast. As soon as you realise that all your account holders now owe double, and the gas you're getting is now 6 times more than it was, you are fucked. You are triple fucked.
Yeah.
It's also worth checking. On a serious note, it's also worth checking if you are in massive credit with your electric or gas supplier.
Yeah.
Because if you are and they go bust, you ain't seeing that.
No, so just get them to send you the check, and they have to do it as well.
Yeah, they have to do it.
3 working days or something, because I did it a couple of times. That was gas. What else is there in the
news?
No,
that's all we've got time for. We're going to have to move on to actual vaping news.
Actual vaping news. And there is, as you say, an abundance. I've got lots of flavours from all around the world as well. This week has seen, the first sort of internationally known about vaping expo in Dubai.
Oh.
Which is quite interesting.
Since the COVID, I presume.
No, kind of ever really. It's kind of kicked off just before COVID started. Well, 2019, it was really starting to pick up. End of summer 2019, it was really starting to kind of getting going somewhere. And then obviously COVID kind of nailed it early spring. But in the background, it's been bubbling away in the United Arab Emirates. It's been really kind of going away. And they're now where we were 8 years ago.
Okay.
That's kind of makes shit interesting. In a way. I think it's really good. There's huge amounts of money, obviously, out there. And they had their first... So this is like Vape Jam 1.
Bloody hell.
Dubai style.
Mm.
And so I've got a bit of a rundown from... thenationalnews.com, and it really does sound it's quite eclectic, and they made it sound like first Vape Jam. As the pounding music echoed across Zabil Hall, flashing lights dazzled and pungent clouds filled the air. Dubai's first World Vape event felt more like a nightclub than a trade show. The vaping industry is geared up to impress the teen market, something that has attracted controversy and tighter regulation in the US. Criticism of the industry's intentions is unlikely to fade after the 3-day Dubai World Trade Center extravaganza, where stands such as Chubby Gorilla, Vampire Vape, Suicide Bunny, and Vroom targeted new users and smokers to switch to what many claim is a less harmful alternative to tobacco. In the UEA, the legal age for vaping is 18 or under. And anyway, it's kind of like, so I don't know if Richard's got the pics. You've got the pic on the screen.
Show me it.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's like, so it's kind of like, it's that. They're kind of, it feels very, 2015, 2016 UK.
I don't know.
Interesting. I'm all right with that. I quite liked it. Well, I think we all liked it back then.
Yeah.
Good to see Vampire Vape, which is out of the UK. Chris from Squape has been over there. He landed. Stackquam. Yeah, good point. He landed back today. I think it's interesting to hear how it's been in Dubai for the first ever vapey thing.
Yeah, well, we don't know. You see.
We'll see what happens. But I know Big Mark Dolan.
Has he said much about it on his socials then, Chris?
Chris, no, he spoke about it briefly yesterday. That he was just on his way home and he was knackered. That was about it.
Tell you what, they've got some brass over there, so maybe A few of
why
them
it all
stretched to a
shifted
stack one.
that
Swipe.
way. That way. Next up in the news, I have got something from Filter, the world-renowned filtermagazine.org. This is quite good. It's like an editorial, but I just quite liked it. The US obsession with youth vaping looks odd from across the Atlantic. Two countries divided by common language is a common saying misattributed to George Bernard Shaw. US and UK vocabulary differences are of perennial amusement. Elevator, lift, sidewalk, pavement, gas, petrol, soccer, football. Brits say pants and to mean underwear. Americans say it to mean trousers. And this is just really how fucked up the US has become about vaping, and how the UK and trousers have embraced it. In the UK, we've embraced vaping with open arms and lungs. Currently, 3.6 million people in the UK vape, over 7% of the adult population.
What? That's gone down.
Just ignore all those percentages. 2/3 are ex-smokers, while under 5% have never
Under
smoked.
fives? That's outrageous.
And these numbers emphatically include those of us with a bit more life experience. This is the latest survey of UK use across adults. 35 to 44-year-olds is 10%. 45 to 54 is 86. I think these are really dodgy numbers. I'm going to quit there. Oh yeah, but there's quite good. Adults over 55, the oldest age group within this thing, have a higher vaping rate, 5.4%, than young adults, so the 18-22, which I think is really fucking telling.
As old as vape more.
By contrast, across the pond, Brits see a panic-stricken and oppressive environment for vape shops and vapers. Americans are bombarded with media telling them there's an epidemic of youth vaping in their country. This conviction appears so entrenched that Food and Drug Administration is currently in the process of regulating just about every flavoured vaping product out of existence on the basis of protecting kids. The truth, evidence shows that frequent youth use is about as rare in the US as it is in America, in the UK. Yeah, it seems to serve the anti-vaping organisation's agenda to prolong the myth while engaging in bizarre efforts to terrify children that frequently end up backfiring. It's really weird. You watch it now, and they are so past fucked. Like there's no. I posted a thing on social media today. On social media on Facebook. The public health, US public health, have started an ad campaign. I've got a picture of billboard pictures and magazine adverts. This is one. Fuck me, that's so fucking orange.
It's okay. It adjusts to it.
I'm gonna just.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, you got it. Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah. Why be happy
when you can be sad? And this is the depressionstick.co.uk. They're saying that it could exacerbate depression.
Wow.
It's the other fucking way.
Yeah, right.
Well, I've been more depressed since I started vaping.
Yeah. People with depression, mental illness, it has been known that they smoke more. So there is theories that nicotine has a positive effect on mental health.
Nicotine on ADHD has been known to, like anything like that, any stimulant has the opposite effect, so it actually calms somebody with ADHD down.
Yeah. And
OCD, that would also be autistic as well. Anything that fires off, just like caffeine as well. Huge amounts of caffeine do the opposite. They don't make you wake up. They just make you level out. You just go, this is somebody talking with ADHD. So I just go, oh. It's like when everything goes wrong and the whole building's on fire, I'm like, this is the speed I want everything to be at. Fucking hell. Right, chill out. Let's leave. But I quite liked it as an editorial. I thought it was a good one. That was called Yank Wankers. Politico. This is just a quick update because the shit hit the fan in the US and it's still hitting the fan. Hitting the fan. Sorry, Politico. Shan hitting the shan. Vape makers struggle to stay in business after the FDA bans flavoured e-cigs. Industry watchers predicted many smaller operations sorry, fuck me, this is really badly written. Industry watchers predict many smaller operations will selling the products until the Fed's enforcement strategy is clearer. Small and medium-sized e-cigarette makers and vendors are fighting to keep their doors open after the Food and Drug Administration ordered them to stop selling more than 6 million flavoured vapes. The agency shook up the market in the run-up to September 9th. Deadline for determining which vaping products could stay on the market by denying nearly 300 companies applications to continue selling e-cigs with flavours like cotton candy and cinnamon toast. I don't know why they keep saying shit like that. Who cares? What like? Well, cotton candy. Oh my god, anything else? Cinnamon toast. Fuck my in the bum.
Not bubblegum. Yeah, bubblegum.
Yeah, that's in there. That's somewhere between them. Cotton candy, right in the middle there.
What, like strawberry? Yeah.
No, that's it.
Raspberry? Yes.
Any flavour. Coca-Cola? Yes, that is
What
a flavour.
is a flavour? Here's a list.
Also informed several that their paperwork was missing key information, but the FDA has yet to act on applications from the biggest manufacturers, including Juul, Views, and Enjoy. So they're not...
Great. Yeah.
Just wait. Ooh, we don't know. We don't know whether your Coke and their Coke is the same Coke. What?
Yeah.
It's such a shit show. When the last election, I remember listening to vapers and they were saying things like, who do you vote for vaping? It was like, just forget that. No one's on your fucking side. You need to fucking just assess where you want to be in life. Don't worry about vaping. Not right now. That's not important. I mean, fucking Donald Trump is running your fucking country.
No.
There was a clear option. But, don't worry about vaping. He is not on your fucking side. But neither is Biden, so you're fucked. And then I went with just a comical end piece to the news from the Worcester News. I like this. It caught my eye. It made me laugh. Customers shock as indoor vaping at Worcester restaurant.
Worcester restaurant?
Oh, yeah. A shocked customer has complained about indoor vaping at a Worcester restaurant after witnessing two people vaping. People smoke e-cigarettes at the bar. In a video sent to Worcester News, she videoed it. Two people can be seen vaping while sitting at the bar at the Vine Bar and Grill on Ombassy Road. If you dare take note. The disgruntled customers said they were shocked to see that smoking the e-cigarettes indoors was allowed, and made a complaint to the police.
To the police, not just they didn't go. Didn't mention the staff. They just.
However, a
just the
spokesman for the restaurants has said that whilst vaping is against their policy, the act is not illegal in the UK. The spokesman said no members of staff were present at the time, and if there was, the customer had been directed outdoors to smoking area. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Dear Worcester News, you never guessed what I saw last night.
What is it now, Karen?
Dirty bastard. I was talking to my wife about this earlier in the story, and I was like, and then she filmed them, and she went, my wife went, not really, and I went, really? And then she complained to the police. She went, yeah, but to the restaurant first. I went, no, fuck that. Go straight. Go for the number. I'm not fucking about with the manager. Get me, no. This is police time. We need this now.
Oh, awesome.
Not illegal. I imagine that. It was just amazing. I can't believe there's been illegal drug taking. That was titled in the news, at least they weren't wanking. And then, when I said that, my wife said she'd have probably preferred that. She wouldn't have filmed it. What are they doing over there?
Oh dear. Oh well. Oh, I have a cheeky bit of news as well. Kind of. We kind of missed it. There's a lot of speculation that
that's what you need. Roy Castle said that.
Yeah. There are that the expo may be planning to get ready for
a return.
The return later on in the year, possibly, because things were ramping up. I know what you're going to say, because you sound like my dad telling me that Father Christmas doesn't exist. They have, so they put out an official statement a couple of weeks ago, and we missed it. I don't think we were on that week, that's why. But effectively, they've released a statement which I've put on screen now. The tall and the short of it is they're definitely not doing a show until next May, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see. So the earliest is that they'll be back in May 2022. It's looking like so hopefully back on schedule in 22, but definitely nothing before then, which is understandable. Especially
Yeah, but it's worth clarifying. At least they clarify.
I think it sounds like it's more to do with the venue being comfortable with everything.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
But it's a good clarification. I'm surprised you missed this one as well, John, in the news.
Oh, go.
PM,
I might just skip.
PM spied vaping.
Who? Bojo McJohnson?
Yeah. UK
Bollocks.
Prime Minister Boris Johnson. This is in Planet of the Vapes, John. Dave Cross
Bollocks.
himself has
When
penned
was
this
this?
piece.
What?
This was posted on the 22nd of September.
So
AKA
today.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson was seen vaping in Parliament Square as protesters rallied to protect e-cigarettes. The campaiggners are calling for government to stand up to the World Health Organisation, which continues to ignore science and
because I
attack
can't see
vaping.
the feed. I'm going to have to. I've got to check this.
Planet of
seems-
the Vapes, bang, news page 1.
Oh, no.
PM spied vaping. They haven't got a picture of him vaping, though, have they?
I don't believe it.
The PM was previously seen smoking a cigar after the birth of one of his children, which...
Yeah, that doesn't count. Cigars, you don't inhale it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know whether this was he went to have a little butcher's and tried it, or whether he actually is a vapor.
I'm not saying no. I've got no pictures. I'm just going through my normal
Eyewitness
way of-
report.
I like the
Nah.
bit that says, he was seen smoking a cigar after the birth of one of his children. If he did that for each one, it probably makes him a heavy user of tobacco.
I was going to say, you must
Yeah.
be doing that every day. Just like, what are you doing that for? It's either a really shit Churchill impression or that.
Whether Boris has had a go or not, or whether he is a vapor or not.
He's done everything else, hasn't he? Cocaine, MDMA.
Yeah,
Might as well have a
that was
vape.
breakfast.
Yeah, fuck it.
So no, what I will say is that whether or not he did or not, it is actually very prevalent in the Commons.
Yeah.
Hence, them making a specific rule to not outlaw vaping in the Commons bar.
Yeah.
And apparently, it's a heck of a lot of MPs vape. Apparently, so.
So you can go into
Well,
the
they used to
Commons
smoke.
bar.
Well, you get that, like. Well, did you? We're all of an age. When I worked in management for BP, there were like really, if you didn't smoke, you would like. I just say I was a smoker before I say this. Either you were a smoker or you were on cocaine. There was no such thing as a fat manager. I've never ever seen it. Everyone was whip thin and full of some sort of stimulant. I remember we were at a conference once and they said they had to change the stage. That's the kind of type of thing it was.
I still remember
We've
like
got to
old
change
school
the step.
boardroom meetings where everyone was smoking.
Smoking,
Even,
yeah.
Like that's right at the start of my career.
No, I used to smoke in my office. It was fine. I remember I said,
Yeah.
well, they in the conference, they said, anybody who wants to nip outside for a cigarette, go for it now, because you've got to do the stage change. It was like somebody said, there's a bomb. Like everyone just left and went outside and smoked. But no one didn't.
Ashtrays in school staff rooms when I started. That's how old I am.
Crazy. I spoke when I worked as the cashier at a petrol station. There was an ashtray under the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that line.
Brain.
I knew it was an old plane when it still had ashtrays.
Yeah. And you're going into a restaurant and it's smoking or non-smoking.
Yeah, I used to have to do that when I wait at tables.
Yeah. Yeah.
My dad booked a flight once, and the only reason he booked the flight, my stepmom was quite surprised by the airline he booked. And they got on. He went, "Oh, it was just the one that was the best. They got the best plane, and it was Kuwaiti Air, because Kuwaiti Air was the only airline in the world that still allowed
Yeah,
smoking.
I remember that.
And they solved.
Yeah.
They solved after 9/11. They solved the 9/11 problem with hijackers. Totally true. They welded the door shut. You know, between the cabin and the pilots, they just welded. There was no door. You could
So what was
hijack the plane, and
Yeah.
it was going fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
There's a toilet in there, so you're fine. But it was going fucking nowhere because you couldn't tell them.
Yeah.
There's 3 pilots in there, so they're fine. They can kill each other. That's funny.
Yeah.
I love the idea of that though.
They can be held to ransom
I'm
as
going to
well.
take the plane, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, lead you through." There's no door.
They can be held to ransom now.
Oh, absolutely. But I just thought it was quite a way. Yeah, it was like Turkey's way of getting rid of the smoking indoors policy was knock all the walls down.
Yeah.
Like the cinema in Penistone was one of the last cinemas to still allow smoking in the cinema.
I love it.
I used to literally travel to Penistone to go to watch a movie because I knew I could have a fag while I was watching the film. How sad's that?
No, I think it's all right.
It saves you going outside. I used to just nip out, like the boring bit, go out for a fag.
Yeah, and they still have an interval. So halfway through the film, you can go outside and have a vape and go back in again.
Oh, that's
Right,
that's cool.
we better move on.
we better.
We better move on. Now, usually at this point with the guest, we'd have a little chat and get to know you a little bit better. However, you're a regular, Chandler. You're a regular on the show. We know you very well, and so do the audience.
We can talk about the vape podcast.
Well, actually, I got in touch with Jimmy.
Oh God!
And
Here
he
we go.
sent me some facts about you.
Oh, here we go.
So if you can corroborate these,
Okay.
I'm going to call
worried
them.
now.
I'm going to call them allegations from Jimmy.
I don't know Ali at all.
Right. Right. The first one. You once shared a cheese and ham toastie with TV's Adrian Childs.
No.
Is that true?
No.
Keep going.
No, not on cheese and ham toasty. It was. I think it was cheese and.
It wasn't a
cheese and
flapjack,
onion.
was it? Oh yeah, cheese and onion.
Is this true? Now I don't know.
It's not. No,
Ah.
it's not. No, sorry.
I was in. Sucked in.
Yeah.
Um,
I am very worried what he's said now.
You once left Chester Zoo after 10 minutes due to the sights that you saw in the monkey enclosure.
Yeah,
That one is true.
that was mildly.
I mean, they do.
embarrassing.
It's mad what they do with those monkeys.
It is. Let's just say you had to duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't throwing anything. Should we put it that way?
He's also put that you're a keen racist.
Yeah, a motorcycle racist. Yep.
Yep, that's what he
Definitely.
meant. I think that's what he meant.
Yep.
That's a really good Peter. I like the fact there's a Ricky Gervais joke and he's looking. He's going, "John got it. I have got it. It's fine." It's Ricky Gervais's mum's funeral. She loved gardening.
I don't know what
Keen
sticks in my head,
racist.
that term. I haven't spoken to Jimmy. I just wanted to.
How's the podcast going? You've had the latest episode come out?
I popped it live this morning. It is. So if you want to find it,
I've got it. I'm
it's-
subbed.
oh bless you. Its home is on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/VVRP.
Yeah, I use Beyond Pod because you're on Beyond
I
Pod.
use Beyond Pod.
Yeah, I use
most
Beyond Pod.
most podcasts. We're now on Spotify. Do you know how hard it was to get it listed on flipping Spotify? That was
Once you're listed on
took a while.
iTunes, it goes far and wide, doesn't it?
It does. Spotify initially didn't have certain hosts. It's complicated, but we're on
Do you know
Spotify.
what? I've got a way of making yourself seem really popular. A friend did it the other day, and it made me really angry.
Okay.
She posted that she was number 2 podcast in the UK, and I was like,
What?
"What the fuck?" Like,
Really?
it's really political and really socialist, and I was like, "Dude, what?" And then I saw who number 1 was. And it was Nick Robinson, and I thought Nick Robinson ain't ever been number 1 for fuck all. Right. So what you want to do is just keep going down subs, right? So you go British,
Yeah.
you go hobby,
Yeah.
vaping,
Yeah.
like whatever, Midlands, and then you are now the number 1.
Yeah, you can do that.
Vaping. You can just do that, and I was like,
Right.
that doesn't count. As soon as I saw Nick Robinson, I was like, fuck off. Most people don't even know who the fuck that is. I do. I remember he had a really angry time with a Scientologist. That's the only thing I remember Nick Robinson for. He just get really angry with Scientologists.
Do you know another trick that podcasters do? When they're launching a new podcast, they upload 3 episodes straight away. And so there's triple the amount of downloads that they would have got for their first initial inception, and therefore far more likely to be in the trending hot new section.
Because somebody listens to it and then immediately goes and listens to the second
Or
one.
if
and
they hit
then listens
subscribe,
to the third.
if they just hit subscribe, it pings them all.
Yeah, if you use something like BeyondPod, it will take them all.
That's an old trick.
Yeah. The annoying thing was stats on SoundCloud. I've got stats. I can see who's listening, where, when, and why. Spotify are really annoying. What they do is they download your podcast and then host it on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
So I then have to go into Spotify, look at the stats on there, and add them to the other one. It's really annoying.
Yeah. Well, when I did a podcast, we didn't host it on SoundCloud. We just fed it into SoundCloud, so we had to do the same thing.
It's but it really did surprise me, this trick, because she made a video going, I can't believe
It's
that we're
in a way.
I can. You fucking made it up.
In a way, it's valid because there are categories though.
Yeah, but she didn't say that. It said number 2 in the UK, and I was like,
yeah, but she meant for very specific politics.
But I was like, because there's things I listen to which I really like the Dream Menu thing with James Acaster and stuff, and Joe Buxton. I was like, well, you're beating Joe Buxton just was like, fuck it, I can't beat that. And James Acaster's like, nah, she's a genius. Everybody loves socialist, lefty, leaning stuff. This is going to smash it.
The BBC ones are the biggest.
Yeah.
Are they really?
BBC Sounds is huge.
I thought the biggest at the moment was I can't remember what it's called. I listened to it, Menu, the one with James Acaster and Thingy Bob. I don't like him. So.
They're all seasonal now, so the huge podcasts are seasonal now. So it depends. Depends when.
Ed Gamble and James Acaster. I think it's their number 1 podcast in the UK now.
The easiest way to find out that stuff is still
the charts are all
iTunes.
Yeah, it's iTunes. Yeah, but I knew she isn't in the top 100. If you're wondering, I checked.
I'm sure.
I brought up the top 100. Anyway.
So that's
so your last
ticking
podcast,
over nicely.
So you're David. So it's you, David, and Jimmy.
Yes.
And you're talking about everything that's going on in the vaping world.
Oh, basically, all it is it's just us 3 getting together once a fortnight and chatting shit.
I'll try and put some sort of link up.
Literally, at times.
If you've not listened to it before, definitely. And if you've watched our show for some time, you've never listened to it, but you like podcasts, even if you just jump over, because Richard, I've done it a couple of times, or 3 times, I think, and Richard's done it at least 2 or 3 times, and Rick's done it a few times.
Yeah.
Go on over, have a listen, and see. And they go on forever.
Yeah, they can do. I used to edit them down. Try to. Basically, it would take me a week to edit the damn thing. So now
you should keep them an hour long, and if you want to stay on longer, you should do 2 in one night.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to do them the average commute, aren't you?
Yeah.
We've always enjoyed going on. Yeah. Are we going to quiz this man?
Uh-oh.
Yes, we are going to quiz this man. Are you familiar with the Master Vapor?
Am I familiar with the Master Vapor?
The hot new vaping quiz show that's hosted exclusively on the new Ohm Show.
We've got a table. We've got a league and everything.
Okay. So I've pulled the table on screen now. We've got Mark Todd's at top of the tree with 3 points. We've got Shrek with 3 points as well. Devil Vapor on 2. Savage Simon on 2. Our very own Craig's on 1. David Charles got 1 point, and Rick Riyadh, he got 0. He deliberately got 0.
He was fannying about.
I've got a horrible feeling I am going to completely suck at this.
It's deliberately not easy, and we don't care.
Right, I'm going to suck. You've got 60 seconds to answer as many questions as you can. We now give tips. Have a punt. Like if you
Okay.
if you're not sure, just have a punt and say anything, and then we'll move on to the next one. But the thing is speed.
You
So
can just pass if
You
you
can pass,
just can't even
but
punt
if you
it.
don't, if it's like whatever,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have a punt. And that's it, really. You've got a minute to ask as many questions as possible. It's mastermind rules. So, the last
Yeah.
question, if we've started it, we'll finish it and you get to answer it.
And as always, we'd
Okay.
love you to play along at home and let us know in the chat or by a post how you got on this
Or
week.
send us a postcard, what's it called, self-addressed envelope.
Yeah, send that to
With all the
PO
answers
Box STFU.
I'm keeping the stamps.
Right.
Hang on,
But
hang on.
seriously, in chat, tell us how you did. As soon as it finishes, tell us how many you got. Or you have to wait for the results. But whatever. When you figure out how many you got, tell us how many you got. So we're going to ask you loads of questions. You just answer them. It's as simple as
Right.
that, really. It's a
Okay.
bit like Mastermind.
Okay, is there like a 60-second timer or something?
There is, but you can't see it.
You can
Okay,
say
that's
only
fine.
Richard can see it.
Is there the countdown music going on in the background? Or?
It's really high tech.
Okay, cool. I'll just imagine that bit.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, and if we start, we will finish.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Like my
so
dad.
you're doing the first one. You're doing the first one, John.
Yes.
And go.
What was the name of Inniken's first side-by-side mod?
Side-by-side mod.
What is usually the name of Vape Expo's second show of the year?
Vape Expo: The Return.
What is the name of the famously anti-vaping US scientist?
Oh, cool. Frank.
What does UKVIA stand for? UKVIA.
Victory in albatrosses.
What is the name of Mike Vape's non-vaping YouTube channel?
Pass.
What year was Kassar formed?
2012.
Who made the Lush RDA?
What's over?
Okay, in atomizers, what does BSKR stand for? I've started, so I'll finish. In atomizers, what does BSKR stand for?
Berserker.
Correct. Right.
Get in.
That was actually pretty good.
I think he did
Pretty
well.
good.
I think he did well. I think it's 3.
We will double check now. Inniken's first side by side mod was the iTaste VTR. Do you remember it now I've said it?
Yeah. It got the
It was like
iTaste.
a tank, it was
iTaste
like a brick.
20
It
or
was like
yeah,
a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only fit very specific
Yeah.
atomizers,
You've got-
but people used to cut the ring off
Yes.
so you could
Was
fit
it
a bigger
18
one on.
It was 22.
18 mil or something?
I think it was 22.
20.
but
I
people
know, I
did
think it
try
was
and get-
20, but if you cut the ring off, you could get 22 on.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say, what is usually the name of Vape Expo's second show of the year? We had the return, but Vape
No,
Expo, the return.
it's
was-
correct. They're definitely correct. Definitely
Yeah.
correct. So that's one
Okay.
point. The famous anti-vaping US scientist Stanton Glant.
Of course. I should have known that.
I bet you've talked about him so much on the podcast.
Yeah.
What does UKVIA stand for? UK Vaping Industry Association.
Oh, bloody hell.
What is the name of Mike Vape's non-vaping YouTube channel? It's called Mike Life.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Kassar was formed in 2009, which was always going to be a pun.
That's a fucker, because if I had to guess, like you, I would have said around 2012.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
2009. I can only assume that
Yeah.
they were almost a bit of an association for something else, and they just bolted onto vaping instantly, just latched onto
We
it.
love wanking. What else can we do? Vaping? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
When-
But
I
it
mean,
must have been something like
vaping's-
that.
yeah.
Vaping was, well, I mean, even in earliest days, you're looking.
I always think
2006,
you've got to be
2005 at the earliest.
you've got to be proper hard. 2008, 2009, you've got to be
Yeah.
proper hardcore. I started 2012, and no one fucking vaped. And the only person,
Yeah.
well, I knew was, well, I didn't even know it was Scott Bonner. You know, just on the YouTube thing. I didn't know. And
Yeah,
vaped
Grim
when
was
I
2010,
only
wasn't he?
fucking- Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, I started 2010, and it was everything was online only. Bricks and mortars were just not a thing.
The Lush RDA though is Watofa.
Correct. And then BSKR is obviously Berserker. That's what they use the shorthand for the Berserker range. So that's definitely 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
get
you're up in
in.
a draw for the top
You're in
spot.
You're in joint top spot. That's pretty good after a shaky start.
I thought I would be shit at that. I should have
Got a bit flumpy in the middle, but I think you did well. But I think there was a couple of questions which were really fucking hard, and the Kazaa one was definitely difficult. And I think you skipped well as well.
Yeah, you just.
That's how you do it. Just
random
pump them
point.
out, and if you don't know, say something stupid. Because I think you got the extra question because you were like, after you started UKBIA, I was like, I'm just gonna start talking over him. Guess that's bollocks.
No, that was very well done. I can't. Ohm Comfort's got 4 in chat.
Oh, get in.
But it's a lot easier when you just sat watching. When you're in the actual hot seat, it's a completely different ball game. Andy got 2, Gareth got 4. Rob got 4.
I would have been shouting glance at the screen if I was watching.
Yeah, I would expect long-term listeners, watchers of this show, to get standard glance, I think.
Yeah, they know what's coming as well, which is good. 3s and 2s and 4s. I think it was a fair cop, though. I think it was good.
Really, I think that was a good performance. Good performance.
Thank you very much. Awesome.
Excellent news. So, can I show you some new stuff?
Yours, please.
Right.
Yummy.
If you want to see it, you'll have to pull up the feed, guys. But yeah, once you've got this on, let me know when you can see it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to do like a million things on my phone. You can only touch the screen once to turn the feed on, because if you touch it twice, you're slightly behind and it's shit.
Yes. But you can drag the bar back, can't you?
Oh no, it didn't work. Won't catch up. It's not a shit. Yeah, I've got the first thing.
Right. Okie
Little
dokie.
cheeky mod. They've tried to cleverly disguise that as not a digital picture when it is.
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because I think it looks quite charming. Cthulhu.
It is. It isn't there or real, which is quite clever.
Cthulhu do these semi-high-end things sometimes, looks-wise, not build quality-wise.
It looks like a billet if you squint.
You know, at a glance, I confused the Cthulhu logo with Dot.
Oh yeah,
I'm going. Is that a Dot mod? A new Dot mod?
But they were before them. They're a really old company. This is an interesting one because yes, it's another render, isn't it? It's supposed to be coming out like this week, and yet they're still only showing renders of it. So I don't know if it's delayed or what. But it's still one I'm keeping my eye on, to be honest, because I don't know what's inside yet. And I don't think it's bad looking.
Vape stuff. So much vape stuff when you look at it online are just either renders or really shonky photoshops.
Yeah, I know. Usually once it's out though,
it's usually somebody holding something, and you know that it's a stock image, and they've just stuck the mod in the hand, just Photoshop.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I've still got one eye on this because it's not a bad looking thing.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it close up.
If it's dependent on Cthulhu coil heads at the end of all of this, then it's a no-go for me because they're not they're not a predominant coil head manufacturer of any.
I'm going.
This is some real pictures of what we showed last week. This is the new eLeaf iSolo S and the iStick Rim C. Now these are coming out at the same time. One is a proper traditional mod and sub-tank combo. The other is going to be one of these pod mod things. And I've shown this picture simply because it illustrates it way better than we did last week. One is a tank that you can lift out. One is a traditional sub-tank. So that's
okey-doke. I don't think they've done that in the best way possible, but
that shape, the one on the right, the Rim C, that shape has never worked aesthetically in vaping ever. And
I think it
definitely hasn't worked there.
No, I get what they were trying to do, and I think it's got The left looks great. The right picture's just shit.
In a dream world, I would put the right tank on the left mod.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
I know they've called it the iStick Rim. Are they hoping it's going to take off like Juul has in America? So dueling. Are they hoping that yeah.
If this time next year we're all still rimming, then
calm down.
It's just
Jesus.
rimming. It's fine.
It's rimming with Lucy. Calm down.
Rimming epidemic hit schools.
I had a really weird discussion because are any of you the helpline for vaping with people like who know you? I got a phone call last week from somebody whose teenage nephew has started vaping, and they were like, "He's crazy. He's using 50 milligram." Right, he was using because they're selling those disposables, the illegal ones. He's using 50 milligram, and I googled it, and it said that is a fatal dose. I was like, no, it's not. I was looking at my own mod, going, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
If it is, then I'm already fucking dead. And 6 cents is an instructional video.
Ideally, if he could get down to 20.
Yeah, just God. But I was like, he hasn't broken the law, right? And that was my first thing because it was all about it being illegal. And I was like,
Well, it depends on his age.
no, the seller breaks the law.
Yeah, but on
doesn't.
age.
No,
it is illegal to drink alcohol of under a certain age, isn't it?
no,
You can.
Anyone can drink alcohol.
no. It's always the adult in charge of everything.
No, I understand that, but it is illegal for a child to drink alcohol.
No, right.
I'm sure
So-
there's an age where it's
So
literally illegal.
Would you prosecute the child if
You
they were
can't
drinking?
prosecute.
100%
How did they get it?
Yeah.
from their parents.
So the parents said you arrested.
To me, they're blameless.
He was doing
Absolutely.
my fucking head in. He kept talking about scotch. I was like, just take it.
Yeah.
Just drink it.
Okay, the
Bit of
next
whiskey
one.
whiskey on the
Sorry.
dummy.
No,
Don't you
the
remember
next
that?
one.
Go to the next one.
The next one is from
We've
Steam
got
Crave.
20 minutes to talk shit. It's fine.
The next one is from Steam Crave. I don't really know if I've just missed this or what. But this apparently is the Hadron Pro. And it's a new LiPo mod from Steam Crave. Obviously, Steam Crave specialise in these higher wattage stuff.
They've pulled it back too far. Is it? I assume it's 21,700. I mean,
No, it's a LiPo.
okay. It's really
It's a DNA 250C LiPo device.
The Hadron, the original Hadron, wasn't it?
Dual 21?
It was dual 21s. I knew it was. I was trying to remember.
The
if it was
really.
4.
I mean, it's pain. It's really. I mean, that would be big.
It's huge, but that's what the Steam Crave fans crave.
2019, 2017, that'd have been big. I didn't get that. So,
Well, that'll be big amongst the people that like that sort of stuff. But for me, the LiPo thing, I don't know. It's a long time since I've seen someone do a big LiPo like that.
yeah,
Well,
I know why.
I know why.
I got the V2 Plus and it's a 30 mil. There's not many mods.
That'd look
that it
better on
sits
that.
on.
I wouldn't have put that on that. I'd have just set it up wrong. Shit.
No, I get where you're coming from. Well, it's new, so we've got to show.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. But what if you're looking at something that's going to be kicking out? Why would? Yeah, I wouldn't go for a live.
Oh, back with another pod. I saw it.
Yeah, Joytech giving us the big tease on their new pod thing. At least, to be fair, they're showing us the dimensions. So if you felt the Evo box was too small and the Evo C was too tall, then you're going to be absolutely chuffed to bits with the next EVO Joytech release.
I think there has to be a bit where they accept that the Caliburn is that. It is that model, right? It just is that model. I think people, that's what they want. I don't think they want anything else. That doesn't. Yeah, I think they're stupid.
I think of a smoker is coming at it already knowing what it should look like.
Yeah, I think they'd go in that pick. They'd go right. I don't think.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think they're stupid.
But there we go. That's the thing. Who remembers this? The Y-Rice launcher. Do you remember that, Subtank? This is the Y-Rice launcher mini coming soon. The launcher was the one I did show it on the show.
I think
you unscrewed the top and the coil just pings out, and it was a top loading Subtank, and I was really impressed with it at first.
Because the coils were quite good, weren't they?
They were brilliant initially. Over time, though, they got worse, and that's why I've stopped using mine. because I had a load of coils, but the more I was using them, the sort of less consistent they got. But I thought the design was stellar. And the idea behind, because it was completely mess free, there was no unscrewing the bottom, getting the coil juicy out. It literally just came out of its own volition. You dropped the clean one in. It was clever. It was cool. It was a thing. And
the dog's got it. Shut up.
I genuinely thought that all sub tanks going forward would copy that, and no one did. But this is the new one, and this is the Wire Ice Mini. So that was a big old sub tank. This one should be diddy and lower wattage and interesting. They've even mentioned, although take it with a pinch of salt, mouth to lung in the text.
Looks a bit. That drip tip looks a bit mouth to lungy, doesn't it?
Yeah, but will it be tight enough air?
Yeah.
I think you've got to get it down. I really do think 0.8. You've got to get it down to 0.8.
If this gets good feedback, I will probably buy one. Just because I was so impressed with the.
Have they kept the ping out design? Does it still fire out?
They fucking better have.
It still says innovative top loading coil
Yes,
system.
there you go. I was really impressed with the top loading system.
I'm not smoking. Fucking shut up.
So I think if the coils are better and it's lower wattage, I'll be quite interested in this tank. I think it's not bad looking either.
Look, it's got nurkling on it, and that is part of the selling point. And number 4, nurkled grip to remove the top cap.
Well, it does help.
Nurkled. Oh yeah, it's nurkling.
I don't mind a little bit of nurkling.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it if
they
lean into the nurkling. I'm all right with that, with a bit of nurkling.
It's an ongoing joke that Mark Dolan does not like knurling.
Yeah.
At all. So
who doesn't?
Yeah. Mark Dolan.
I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on that Wire Ice Launch Mini.
What does he like? Anything mini, he's just a giant, isn't he?
Yeah, and he it's got to be 0.8 or it's no bloody good.
The problem with Dolan is I think he's almost too good looking. You know when someone's too good looking?
Mark?
Yeah.
He's a couple of chromosomes off, I think.
Yeah.
He's a giant man.
This is the next picture. This is the cyborg from Lost Vape. This has been teased for a while, but it definitely exists now because Mark Todd's got one. Yeah, and this is his picture of it.
Yeah, he had one in his hand last week, didn't he?
Yes, the Lost Vape cyborg. Not bad. Probably would wobble over on my desk.
But that's something charming about that.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Doesn't it look like the E-Pro Cold Steel to you? Or is that just
I think it looks like we were talking about this last week, and I think it's Zenny. I think it's Zenny, like that old Zen look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but so it will fall the fuck over because the Zen always fell over. But the Zen was a piece of shit as well. But it was such a beautiful piece of shit. It took me ages to get it, and it was so shit. Oh, I really want to. I've never had a Pro Vari. I want one.
Ah, yes, I also wouldn't mind finding one of those.
Yeah, I just kind of. That's the only thing I've never had. Pro Vari.
A tube mod with a screen.
Oh, see, I've just been told that does go down. Mark Horse is telling me in chat that it does go down to 0.8. So it could.
Yeah, there is a 0.8 coil.
No. 0.8 on the airflow. So it could be a mouth to lung.
Oh, I'm super interested in that tank.
There you go.
This one isn't a new thing, but I wanted to do it because we haven't mentioned it for such a long time.
Fuck you, then.
The battery mooch, still going strong. If anyone hasn't watched for years and years, and they've only been watching for a few months or something, a big shout out for Battery Mooch. If you're a vapor, follow this guy, Battery Mooch. He's brilliant. He's
Instagram, brilliant. YouTube.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He tests all the batteries and he tells you what they can really do, not what it says on the label. And he's brilliant, and he'll save your life. This guy. So
many of the batteries now that we use are influenced by this dude. They are the reason they're for sale.
If you want to know what the best battery for whatever is, check this guy.
Mollies and VTC 5s and shit. And this is the guy who checked them.
It wasn't till I watched one of his videos. He makes it so accessible, It wasn't until I watched one of his videos that I realised that a battery is working at its hardest on a regulated mod.
Yeah, single cell
when
regulated.
It's lowest.
Yeah.
And when it's about to run out, that is when the battery is doing the hardest work.
Yeah, nothing works harder than a single cell regulator.
I loved my favourite thing that Battery Mooch ever told us was when I said to him, we were at a pre-show, and I said, you know, there's things like I have a bit of an obsession with physics. Like, if something doesn't make any sense to me, I want to know why. And so I said to him, like, people, what the fuck is the hole for in the side if a battery goes into thermal runaway? And he went, I don't know what that's for. And I went, right. So it vents, and he went, oh, I mean, if it vents, who gives a fuck? You could just do it up, and it would just like compress itself, but it doesn't matter. But in the hole, and he went, a little bit of stuff will come out. And I went, and in thermal runaway, he went, who gives a fuck if you had like a 5 mil hole in there? Fucking explode and hit you in the leg. And I was like, yeah, I knew it was bollocks. Like, it didn't make any fucking sense. Why have you got a fucking hole in it? What?
So holes in batteries,
Holes in the side of
mods?
the mod? Nothing.
The cooling holes.
And they will do fuck all.
But they will cool your battery down quicker than if it's in a completely enclosed chamber.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Batteries don't want to get too
warm. If it was a sieve and it went into thermal runaway, don't worry about it.
No, I don't. They won't help with thermal runaway, but they will cool it quicker.
Yeah.
Keep your battery cooler. Think of it like cooling on a computer.
I remember so many times in the past when people have gone, I'd love to get that mod, but there's no venting. Huh? And I was like, what?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Doesn't mean it.
Another one here. This, I think, I don't know. Is this a render? It's a very good one if it is. It looks like a real picture to me. This is the RXG Relou. Pretty funky looking mod, to be fair. It's got a funky fire button. Comes with a sub tank. Looks like it's got a physical on-off switch, which I like.
Huh? What were you saying, Chandler?
I said we discussed this on the podcast,
and
it is pretty cool. The up-down switches are actually hidden on the side of the mod. It looks like it's part of the frame, but it's actually the up-down switch. So the up-down switches are concealed. I
like that because there's no point in them.
Yeah.
Once you've set it, why the fuck? I'm not going to do fiddle with it, am I? It's just set.
Because if you look at the front, you've got that on-off switch, you've got that trigger button on the front, and that's it. So the up-downs are on the side. It's got LEDs in it. It lights up. They're around the LEDs around under the 510, so it lights up the battery tube.
Right.
And you can swap out the battery tubes.
They've got There's some dodgy designs of these, but I think that one looks pretty nice. So that's a thing.
It does look kind of cool. I
want to see one in the flesh.
We all had Relos back in the day, the RX2s,
yeah, I've still got one up.
2.3s. Yeah. So, I mean, what happened to them? So, yeah, it's good to see one coming back.
Everyone will be also excited to know this is the last one. This is Org Vape. Org Vape have got the Foxy pod coming out.
Not the Foxy pod?
I do approve of that juice window. Other than that, it's just another fucking pod.
You know they're going to do it in chat. Fucking pod. What a load of shit.
Yeah, and they're right. So that's all the new stuff for this week. We need now what we need is 6 minutes of quality filler.
Hold on.
Do you want any more true or falses from Chandler? From Jimmy?
Got something. I have got just a nickname because Cactus Punch and all of its affiliates, Cactus Punch, Custard,
I'm going to go on just adding now.
Mojito. What else was in there? Fucking hell, Mojito.
I can check out as a guest, can't I?
Yeah. They all came today. It's gone fucking mental. I sold a quarter of all the stock that we received today, which is probably the biggest order we've ever got, in 5 hours. 6 hours. It's gone totally mental. We haven't had Cactus Punch for a year because of Brexit, and it's been an absolute dick. But we've got all the Cactus Punches. So if you go over to justadnick.org.uk, the only difference is we've added 10 pence to a 10 ml bottle of concentrate. And the reason that happened is due to the charges in customs and Brexit and stuff like that. I paid the 10p, the manufacturer made the 10p, and so to make no profit at all, like extra, we've just added 10p. So instead of £2.99, it's £3.9, and instead of £9.99 for 30 ml, which is still a bargain, it's £9, no, £10, 29p, which is, so that's 3 times £3.99 is not £10.39p. So you're still getting a bargain. You still get £1.60 off. I'm so chuffed it's back, and I can see by the orders that everybody else has chuffed it's back. It has been a fucking nightmare. Only one manufacturer in the world uses this flavouring for vaping, and it is Cactus Punch, the cactus. And so rather than make a different liquid, Mark at Cactus Punch and I were chatting all the way through the pandemic, and the only way to do this was that we kept it the same. So this has come from one fucking flavour. It's come from Europe, and it's been a nightmare, a year of a nightmare. Thank you for everybody who's ordered it today, because it really makes it feel like it was worth it. It's funny with all these things. The USA at the moment is so crazy. I've got suppliers who it feels like the UK 4 years ago when we're trying to work out what to do with the TPDR, and they're going through the same thing, and they've got no workaround. They can get it to us. So Cassadaga in Massachusetts trying to work out, we had to work out a whole new way of getting the flavors over the Atlantic to us, but they can't sell it to American vapors now. It's gone. That is, Cassadaga's gone. They haven't got it anymore. John Nathan, who owns Cassadaga, weed has been legalized in Massachusetts, so he's now a huge weed supplier.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's been a fucking nightmare. Oh, there is a new flavour out from Haystown, the makers of Portuguese custard tart, framboesa, and it's in the same range as pistache. And I will tell you more about that the second I get it going. So we've got a new flavour being added to that line. If you like pistache, you're going to love this. Pistache is a cannoli with pistachio. This is a cannoli with something else. Oh, we're going to add that to the range shortly, all the way from Canada. I love my job. I make my own life a fucking nightmare by getting stuff from all around the world at the most wanky time you can possibly attempt it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no lorry drivers, customs, all sorts. Yeah, yeah.
But the brilliant thing is, I know all these. The fantastic thing is due to the community and due to everybody in the chat and everybody. You get to know these people. I have to admit, in the last year, I've been really sad to see so many manufacturers go to shit. We've lost so fucking many in the last 2 years or so. Some of the best. I was thinking the other day that I hadn't had Sherb. Does anybody remember Sherb?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
I don't remember that one.
Who remembers Sherb? Someone does. It's lemon, raspberry. It was like a sherbet vape.
Like a sherbet did that kind of thing.
Yeah, but it tasted like it as well.
Cool.
And unlike the pineapple bullshit that Richard was vaping earlier,
yeah.
You know when they've pulled back enough on the vape so it's a tease, you can never quite vape enough, which is the skill, is to hit that. Because we've talked about an all-day vape is not too strong and not too weak. It's got to be right in that that
on.
spot, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go, oh, there can't be enough. I can't. There's not a there's not a drag that will give me enough of this, and there's not a drag that will be as weak as piss that I don't want it.
And it doesn't want to be too complex for an all day. If you don't want to,
I agree.
It doesn't want to be too complex. Complex.
Well, I think
Complex
it doesn't
vape
want to
is a
seem complex.
yeah. No,
'Cause
yeah,
I
I'll
know-
go with that.
Because I know,
Yeah.
like, someone was asking me about Vape Swag's Banter Milk, which
Yeah.
was a blue raspberry, and everybody thought it was really simple, and it was 7 flavors because everybody thought it was 1 or 2 or 3, and it isn't. You get those really. It's not that. It's just that they've leveled it perfectly, and then you go. It's like can only be 1. Anyone who really likes can only be 1. Will have never noticed the flavour change, but the one thing that I've noticed over the 6-7 years that it's been running is it's got cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, and the flavour never changed.
Yeah.
So all they did was adapt and move away for anything dirty, but held exactly where it stood. So it stays. So the coil stays clean, but you still get the same consistent flavour.
That is the art.
Oh, I fucking hate it as well. And the other thing is, I tell people I can't do that. I just know people who fucking care, and I know people all over the world who can do that.
That is the skill, and there's so many flavors that I love, and it's a case of I can't vape them all day because I can't be changing wicks every day.
Absolutely. Rick Jardio.
I've just bought some juice and just add Nick because what you didn't say is that sweet pea and carrot cake is still really cheap.
Carrot cake.
Sweet pea.
It's still £1.
So I've
What?
just
When
bought,
did that happen? Damn it!
I-
Missed that one.
No, it's still going. Go to your
going, I've just bought some.
Still going.
I love the sweet pea. Sweet peas were really nice.
Sweet pea. Nobody fucking understands it. But anyway,
Don't
it's a
they?
quid.
It's crazy.
Get over there. It's a quid because it will never exist ever again.
About six months back, you knocked it down to like $2.99.
Yeah.
Might have been a bit longer before that, and I it was a couple of quid for the bottle, and I went, sod it, I'll give that a try, and it's like, fuck me, so I ordered some more.
Yeah, it's a very unique flavour, but I mean it's
It
just
is.
that's such a bargain. So
It's £1, and once it's carrot cake by Epistle and Coil Vapes Sweet Pea is £1, and once it's gone, it's gone. It's just I'd rather just either I chuck it in the bin in 2 months' time, or you all get it for a quid. So get it for a quid.
And even if you don't like sweet pea, which is a very unique flavour, carrot cake is just sublime.
Oh, it's the best carrot cake anyone's ever done. And like, it's so stupid, but it's because of the trend thing in vaping. Some things are trendy and some things aren't. I get the carrot cake.
And that is the end of the show.
It is.
Thank you very much for watching. Smash the like button. Always great to see your smiley faces in chat. Thank you very much for Chandler for bailing us out.
Thank you very much.
No
Chandler.
Don't forget to download the latest.
Go ahead.
Yes, I've put a link in chat to that as well.
Season 2, episode 30.
Say the
would you
name.
believe?
Say the name out loud.
It's the vaguely vaping related podcast.
Go
Just
and get it.
give it a search in your favourite
go
podcast
subscribe.
program. Indeed.
Yeah, do that. Thanks for coming on, Chandler. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh.